on? How's everybody doing? Oof. Hopefully you can hear me okay. All right. Let's see. Who do we have hanging out on a live stream? Ooh. Hey, Jimmy. How you doing this evening? Jimmy here. Let me show you this. What up, Kent? Oh, there he is. So, Kent is funny. I'm not going to show Kent's address, but Kent sent me some stickers. But can you see that? I laughed so hard when I opened up the P.O. box today and saw this. He said, care of His Highness Dash Esquire. Oh man, dude, I laughed so hard. I was like, oh, there's something in the P.O. box. I opened it up, looked in there. I said, look at this guy. This guy. What's going on? Darnell, how you doing this evening? Or excuse me, yeah, Darnell. I'm like, oh, too many people. Started reading too much stuff. Monteras, DG says, what's going on? All right, Victor, say hi. He says, howdy, Dashing Company. How's everybody doing this evening? Yo, I, man, can't. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. Um, I had to shout Kent out for that. So, Kent, thank you, sir. I really do appreciate you. And shout out. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. So I'm gonna be sending out. I usually do my calendar thing. I told you guys, I talked to you guys about it before. Um, where I told you that my wife got me these calendars, and it became a thing, and it's like a thing where I get. Excuse me, I've gotten those calendars now. She got me the calendar in 2015. I didn't do it in 2016, but from 2017 on, I have done the calendars, and so Vistaprint had them on sale, Black Friday sale. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and order them. So I ordered them on Friday, and today is Wednesday, and they're already here. So dope. Thank you very much, Vistaprint. I mean, they were printed and shipped in like an hour or two from when I ordered them. So they're getting much better. Randy, how you doing? Randy Lee, how's everything? Somebody I haven't seen. I've seen on the live streams, but haven't seen in the live streams in a minute. Texas Porch Smokers says, "What's up, Dash? How you doing?" Let's start by hitting the thumbs up. Yeah, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. I don't know what it is. Actually, last night I got a call from my cousin, or one of my cousins, at almost 11:30, and I talked to my cousin until almost 2 o'clock in the morning. It was actually right at 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing I had to get up this morning at 4:15, 4:30. Excuse me. And we just were having a good conversation, just catching up. I hadn't talked to my cousin in a hot minute. So we were, like I said, having a good conversation, catching up. And I was like, whoa, dude, I gotta go to bed. But every time it was one like, oh, I gotta go to bed, we start talking, and it'd be a whole another half an hour, 45 minutes that we'd be talking. But anyway, I came home this afternoon, and I was tired. I was tired. So I ended up taking taste testing number 3 to, we have her in like an MMA class. I ended up taking her to that, and I took her to her class, came home, and was like, I gotta go take a nap. So I set an alarm because I got home. It was 6:45. So I set an alarm for 8 o'clock, and then once 8 o'clock, I woke up. I said, nope, Not ready yet. Yeah. Oh, I got 2 hours sleep last night. So I am tired. I am tired. But I did take an hour and a half nap. So I'm hoping like I would have been asleep in 5 minutes if I hadn't taken a nap. So I figured that would be better. So yes, I'm yawning. Outdoors with Jeff. He says, "What up, Dash?" ATL in the house. Oddly enough, my cousin, who I was talking to late last night, he lives down in the Atlanta area. He told me, crap, I can't remember. He told me the area where it is. It's just south of Atlanta. Yeah, I'm sorry. Jackson E. He says, "Hey yo, what's going on?" Mike Holt, there's another one. How you doing, man? Gabriel, what's up? Que te paso? Steven, he says, "Hey yo, Dash, good evening and good evening all. What's up, man? How you doing?" Uh, Jackson E says, "Hey, my first turkey on Sunday was awesome. Was asked to do 2 more for Christmas. Nice, man." Gabriel says, "Sup, Pato, Dash, and everyone. Que te paso?" Uh, Mike said, "Countdown is on till I get the Passat. 1 more week to TDI life." Yeah, man, Mike. We're gonna have the secret TDI handshake. That's what's up, man. So, turkeys. Obviously, or hopefully, you guys saw in the picture on the, before you came in here on the live stream. That was, or those were, turkeys from my cook. Obviously, this past week, I cooked 16 turkeys this Thanksgiving. Well, actually, technically, it was 17. I cooked one for us, but I fried the one for us, and of course, that was done. I cooked for everybody else Wednesday, and then Wednesday night into Thursday. Delivered everything Thursday, and I cooked for us, my family, on Friday. So I had to go into work on Friday morning. Went into work, helped a coworker with a project at work, and we had to physically be there to do this project. And left work like half a day, came home, logged back on, and started cooking from the house. So I fried a turkey, I made porchetta, and smoked some salmon, and it was dope. CB, he said, "What up, big bro? How you doing this evening?" So how did everyone's? I know Jimmy and I were in communication. We were talking on Thanksgiving. He finished his deliveries way earlier than I did. I was only about halfway through when he sent me a text message saying that he sent me a text message saying he was done his deliveries, and I'm like, damn, I'm only halfway done. So Jimmy says, "If I don't see another turkey anytime soon, it'll be great." So, Jimmy, how many turkeys did you end up doing? I know you told me you had a. You told me I think Jimmy told me he had like 15 or 18 turkeys he might have been doing. So out those. So Jeff says, "Dash, what is your slowest time of year? Cause you always seem busy. He's always grinding." Yeah. So Jimmy had 15 turkeys. I couldn't remember what the number is. So Jeff, I tell you what, I try to stay busy, but it's more of an appearance thing. I always have something to do, but I'm always just like you said, I'm always grinding. So I might not always necessarily be doing barbecue, but I will be using Vanna to pick up. Like um I picked up a jukebox a few weeks ago, and this guy hit me up, and so it was the week before last, and this guy hit me up on a Tuesday, and he's like, "Hey, I got your number from these CoinOp folks. They put you down as a valued shipper or a trusted shipper or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem, whatever." Hold on one second. I'm trying to clean the lens here. I feel like it's a little wonky. So I'm like, okay, so he told me what the pickup was, and he told me where he wanted it dropped off and everything like that. I'm like, all right. So I said, well, when do you need it? When can I bring it to you? And he said, well, I really need to get it by, like, he's like, I need to get, he's like, I'm in no rush, but I would like to get it as soon as possible. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I talked to him, and I'm like, well, I'm going to be going out of town on Wednesday. So actually, I think it might have even been Monday. I said, I'm going to be going out of town on Wednesday, and the folks who have the jukebox are going to be going out of town on Friday. So I'm like, let me call them and see if I can come up there and come and get it tonight. So I went up there that night. Like, he called me about noon, spoke to him. I picked it up for him and took it down to his house. So by the time, like, he hit me up about noon, and it was delivered to his house by 9 o'clock that night. KB Barbecue, what's going on? Grumpus, how you doing this evening? We got to, shout out Grumpus. Thank you, Grumpus. So I'm drinking something a little weird tonight. I went to. This stuff is weird. It smells right, but it just doesn't taste right. So if you guys know, I said American corn. It said American corn whiskey. American corn whiskey is moonshine. Corn liquor or corn whiskey is moonshine that is just not aged, and that's why it's clear, and that's why it is, it is what it is. So the folks that I work for at the Pew Pew range also own a liquor store. I just so happened to be driving past where the liquor store was, and I went to the liquor store today, and I said, oh, you know what? Try something different, pick something up, something different. And I said, oh, I know I have the live stream tonight. Let me get some corn. This stuff is weird. Like, I have, doing the energy drink thing and the corn whiskey thing, but it's got a weird aftertaste to it. So, KB says, well, hello, Dash and everybody. Grumpus, what's up? Jeff said, talking to Gabriel there. Let's see. It said, Cosmo 688 says, hey, love, my turkey was dry enough for my gypsy dog, not intentionally, good or bad. So if your turkey was dry, like, let's see. So did you brine your turkey? Is a good place to start. I'm a firm believer of brining turkeys, and I do brine my turkeys. It's all part of my process when I am making my turkeys. So I did brine the turkey, and then of course I smoked the turkey. Now, how did you prepare your turkey? Did you put it in the oven? Did you fry it? What did you do to it? Randy said I did one turkey and one rack of ribs. I also made 2 batches of atomic brownies. Nice. Atomic brownies. All right. Hey, was this damn Dash? I know. Put a little turkey gravy on it, I guess. It's just, yeah. No, yeah, man, he sure did. So so Jimmy, he did. I won't say he cleaned me out, but I offered it, and he reciprocated. He left some here that he brought with him, but I it's one of those things where I had a batch that I was, sipping on, and I let him have some, and he was like completely over the moon with the production quality of that batch that I let him sample, and he like to the point where he was like, I don't even know if I want to share with you the stuff I brought, because the stuff I brought with me, he's like, it doesn't compare. He's like, it pales in comparison. And like, he was completely enamored and in awe with the batch that I had for him, that I had here already. And then I also have some lower test. And, like I was guessing that the lower test stuff that I have is probably like 75 or 80 proof. and what he had, or what he, had to offer or brought with him, is probably closer to that 80 or 90 proof, but probably nothing over 100. And what I let him have was closer to that 130, and he was like, he was so content. Like that's the most content I've seen my father-in-law in quite a while. All right, so let's see. Randy said ghost pepper brownies. Nice, dude. I mean, that's some hot stuff right there. So B Cosmo said, yes, I did this year, but maybe left it in the oven longer than needed. Um, so one of the things I will tell you, Cosmo, is you gotta cook to temperature. You can't cook to time. When the turkey hits that 165 degrees, or some people, like, I will cook my turkeys. When I smoke turkeys, I smoke them to 165 degrees, because I'm cooking for other people and I want to make sure that the turkeys are done. Really? I want to make sure that the turkeys are done, so I don't have any underdone turkeys. I've had underdone turkeys in the past, and I try to avoid that. So I cook them till they hit 165, and then I pull them out and let them cool. But what I've seen most common wisdom is people will pull their turkeys at 162 or 163 degrees in the breast, because there's going to be some carryover temperature, especially when cooking in the oven. So you might have hit and or past the doneness mark, and then that carryover is what ended up drying out the turkey. Steven says, smash the thumbs up, y'all. Yes, indeed. KB said, I coached my friend while he smoked his first turkey. Came out really good. Worked out great for me because I got to drink beer while he did the work. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Terry. Yes, indeed. um, Look, it's nothing. Listen, so at my house, right, I have a pretty decent amount of tools, and I have a pretty decent mechanical, I'm like pretty mechanically inclined. So my friends know that if you want to work on anything, I have garage space. You come to my garage, you bring beer. Point blank. Each beer is a question. I sit off into the corner, and I, will partake in the beer while they do the work on their vehicle. They use my tools, and they're using, obviously my facility, my garage space, but I just kind of sit off to the side and watch what's going on. And every beer or a question basically costs them a beer or so. So they need to come with at least a 6-pack. But I try not to. I'm gonna say I try not to do so much wrenching anymore. But same thing, KB. Same thing. ISM says, what up, do, big fella? Love your videos. Keep doing what you're doing. Much respect, man. Yo, I appreciate you, man. Every single week you come in, you say what's up. Mad respect. It's one of those things where steel sharpens steel, man. I do what I do. I post videos out there for you guys to see, in an effort to level you guys up and to help you guys do better as well. So I'm just here to try to help you guys do better. Grumpus said, nice, KB. Man, there's nothing like just sitting back, relaxing, and like using your subject matter expertise to help someone else out. Victor said about that dry turkey cook chamber temp, internal temperature, how big the turkey, the bigger the bird, the longer the cook, the drier the bird. Lots of variables, yes indeed. But Victor, the one thing that I have found is people who have dry turkeys typically overcook them. And the one, like, pretty much very surefire way to help to not overcook a turkey is to use a internal thermometer. You can use a wireless. Oh, here we go. Look, so this company, Meat Stick, sent me. Why is this? Something's on this table. This company, Meat Stick, sent me one of their thermometers, and I'm supposed to be doing a video on it, but I've been having issues with the thing, so I can't really do a video on something that I've been having issues with. But it's one of those things where a thermometer, an internal meat thermometer or a instant read thermometer will help and pay dividends. That was one of the things that once I started using internal thermometers and the instant read thermometers, like, the consistency went through the roof. Andy says, "What up, Dash? I cooked at hunting camp all last week. Made brisket chicken, cream cheese, cowboy beans on charbroil offset on hickory. I guess with hickory wood. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Shoot, he said he cooked at a hunting camp. All right. Well, what were you hunting? Um, I guess is a good question. Sounds like you definitely ate well while you were hunting." Jackson said, "Do you inject your turkey?" No, I do not. I do not do any sort of injections. It's one of those things where I laugh and I joke about this. I grew up in Philadelphia in the 80s. I was born in 1980, and there was a crack and a heroin epidemic that hit the inner city. So like I don't do any sort of injections. It's just nah. I don't know, man. Like you inject things, you see track marks, you see like it's just I want that turkey to look good throughout. So Jeff says, not to get off subject, Dash, but do you have any? Have you ever brined pork? Thinking about brining a rack of pork for Christmas. Always brine turkeys and whole chickens. What to put in that brine will inject as well. So no, I have not. Turkeys are the only thing that I brine. I don't even brine chickens. I feel that a chicken is small enough, and if you get enough seasoning on said chicken, you don't really have to worry so much about it, especially because in the long run you are going to be cooking the chicken for, I won't say far less time, but because the chicken is so much smaller, a chicken on average might be 3.5, 4 pounds versus a 15-pound turkey. I don't think there's I won't say much need, but sometimes people go above and beyond and they do things to meats, to proteins that I don't say aren't necessary, but it's like a wasted effort. There's a diminishing return. I'll put it that way. There we go. There's Terry. Terry from Madwood Barbecue. He says, "Hey, yo, Dash, how you doing this evening, Terry? Hey, look, if you have not already, hit that thumbs up button for me. Please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. But let's talk about it. What did you cook for Thanksgiving? What went right? What went wrong? What do you need to do differently? What do you need to, like, remember? Oh, no, next year I can't do this because I messed that up. What went, I won't say wrong, but, the aftermath. What happened? Let's talk about it." Uh, Cosmo said, "Thanks. Thanks, yeah. No problem. No problem. Um, so you gotta like just so B Cosmo, like I said, use the internal thermometer. It's a game changer." Jeff said, "I don't know. I know you don't eat pork often. Just asking." So it's one of those things where I won't say I've never felt the need, especially not like ribs. I I don't necessarily see the value add in brining ribs. Or ribs are such a small piece of meat that if you season them properly, I don't. Again, this is just my own opinion. I don't think it's necessary to brine them, but I mean, you brine the ribs and you let me know how it turns out, because something I don't do just because I'm old school, or I'm a keep it simple type dude. I talk about that all the time. But if you try it and you like it, let me know. Maybe we'll have to do something. Andy says whitetail last week. Nice, man. You can come and get some whitetails out of my driveway. They they be just chilling, like, and it they sit. So those of you guys who have been watching, and I'm really appreciative of you guys who have been supporting the Ask Dash videos. So I went out to the garage the other night and I filmed 4 or 5 videos, and there were some deer that were just chilling at the bottom of the driveway, and they were just like watching me while I was filming these videos. And I'm like, yo, can y'all go away? Like, I don't, my audience, I need y'all to watch on YouTube. And they were just chilling. And it's funny, I talk about all the time, they are city deer where they don't run, they don't fuss, they don't anything. So you go ahead and point something at them, they're not going anywhere. So I won't say they're easy marks, but they're easy. Um, let's catch up. Terry says it's not doing so hot. What's going on, Terry? How's it going? Uh, Gabriel said his family ran out of gravy. That is a problem I do not have. I am not a fan of gravy. I know. I don't even cook or make a gravy. I also fry turkeys, so I don't feel like it's not necessary. Victor said, I agree. Most often, folks overcook their birds, but I believe they normally overcook because they're cooking at a low cook chamber temp, minimum 350. Victor, I think it's just more of a. I think people underestimate how much carryover heat there's going to be. So when they pull, that meat at 165 or 170 degrees. Now I've heard like somebody like Johnny, not Chef Johnny, Johnny from View to a Grill. He likes his chicken a little more done, like in that 167, 170 degree range. So it's kind of all personal preference too. So there is that. Yeah, Gabriel wants to know if everything is all right with Terry. So he says he'll live. Grandpa says them deer looking for sweet potatoes, dude. Man, I gotta get out. The like we went from summer, we had fall for a couple days, and now it's like damn near full on winter. I haven't been able to go outside and harvest my sweet potatoes yet, but I do have some. I won't say I doubt that I'll put it on video, but I'll talk about it. Victor says, don't brine ribs, just don't overcook them. I do baby backs in an hour and a half. He says, perfect. I don't, Victor does like a hot and fast cook on his baby backs that he has perfected. I'm not there yet. I still do low and slow on my baby backs. Jackson said, I do not brine. Wish I did. But I cooked the 165 with a rub and it was still good. I will be brining next, the next two for sure. What do you put in your brine? So, 2 gallons of water, 1.5 cups coarse kosher salt, 1.5 cups sugar, white sugar, and then also put like a pinch of just like a garlic herb-esque seasoning, just something else to kind of help give it a little bit of oomph, like just something else other than just salt and sugar. So there's a little bit of something else in there. That's what I have been using for years, and I have had very little complaints. I won't say none because I have very little complaints. KB says, oh, wait. So Andy said, glad to see you got Bessie going. That's a nice smoker. Yes, Andy. Totally agree. Dude, like, I'm sipping on this stuff is weird. It almost has like a peanut butter taste to it. That I just was not expecting, which has slowed me down from drinking it for sure. Andy says, glad to see you got Bessie going. That's a nice smoker. So, Bessie ain't care. All right. I lit the fire in Bessie, and the way the heat and smoke rose underneath the cooking chamber, even though the bottom of the I don't know where, like the bottom of the smoker has rusted out. Like the amount of heat that came off or was wasted or like bled off was minimal. And the heat and smoke went into the cook chamber, and as opposed to me putting water in the cook chamber, I used foil pans. I used 4 foil pans at the bottom of Bessie. In each of the foil pans, I put 2 gallons of water in, and yo, she cooked like a champ. Like, like, like I said, ain't care. Definitely, it was great. Very predictable. Me and Bessie, I know I can run Bessie like half sleep with very little effort, so it was great. KB says injecting pork ribs is usually a competition thing in order to get every bit of flavor possible in one bite. Home cooks don't normally bother. Totally agree. Terry said a while back I fell and jammed my right shoulder into the door frame and it's still hurting, popping and grinding. Jeez. Victor says they're familiar to cooking beef. The price on baby back ribs. Yeah, Gabriel says, damn. Yo, I was just telling somebody today baby back. Actually, I was telling my cousin last night. You know, like I said, we talked for about 2.5 hours almost. But I was telling him, yo, baby back ribs right now are costing $5 a pound. Where I used to get like that's twice the amount that I'm used to paying for baby backs. KB, it's funny. He said a little F and a little U. Yep, yep, yep. You already know. Oops, poultry. Victor was saying, oops, poultry cooks different than beef. Yeah, Kirk, he says, hey, yo, what's happening? Hope everyone had a blessed holiday. Yes, sir. John says, hello from Colombia, my friend. John, how you doing, man? So glad to see you checking in. Hopefully, the missus and her family are all doing very well. John, you know that thing we talked about? I didn't make it, man. I didn't make it. I didn't make the cut. So, unfortunately, you're stuck with seeing me on YouTube for right now. But yo, Kirk, man. Kirk. What up, man? Hopefully everything is good with you. I've seen your comments, Kirk, and I am I am going to I'm going to use like so almost like I've tucked away, but I have that funnel that beer koozie, so it'll be brought out on the next go round of the next batch of filming. So just be prepared. It's coming back, or it's coming out. Victor said, great all-purpose brine, 1 gallon of good tasting water, 1 cup of table salt, not kosher, 1 cup granulated sugar, and 1 cup of brown sugar. I use that a few times and tweak a little to your liking. So I found that I like 2 gallons of water, a little more. It helps to dilute the salt, but then again, I am also adding 1.5 cups of salt and 1.5 cups of sugar. Oh, no worries, John. No worries. No, Kirk, I'm not scared. Scared. I just it's one of those things where I unpacked it, I pulled it out, and then I had to clean up. So I had to put it away, and it just like I know where it is because I put it away on purpose. And then it's like I start doing the live streams, and it's just not one of those things I think about. T Rock says, "Sup, Dash? Hello, everybody." So, Kirk, what did you do for Thanksgiving? I know I wasn't the only one cooking. I didn't see any posts about what you were cooking for Thanksgiving, but if I know you cooked too. So, what did you cook for Thanksgiving, Kirk? Uh-huh. Man, oh man. Hey, look. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'm not with this. Like this stuff here. That's what I'm drinking on tonight. It's got a weird aftertaste. It smells right, but it's got a weird aftertaste. Not a fan. Grumpus, man, how you doing? How's everything been with you, Grumpus? I haven't seen a Grumpus video in a minute. So definitely, hopefully everything is good with you, Grumpus, and your Thanksgiving was good. So, anybody do anything interesting? Like, would anybody cook anything non-traditional for Thanksgiving? I mean, I feel like my non-traditional thing that I cooked was porchetta. But when I say non-traditional, it seems like I'm cooking at least one porchetta every month. My family loves the porchetta, and they had a good time. I made one, and like I said, my father-in-law enjoyed it. My father-in-law came down to my house for Thanksgiving, our Thanksgiving dinner. We had our Thanksgiving dinner on Friday. So Jeff said, smash the like. Thank you very much, man. Grumpus of Thanksgiving with Brothers Family up in Dallas. All right. So what does the label say? It says American corn whiskey. This is clean, smooth, with unmistakable character that can only come from pure. Gosh, I am having a struggle with bus. Pure grain. Enjoy with your favorite mixer or sip it straight like we do at the distillery. We focus on crafting quality spirits using 100% grains from local farms. We believe quality is enduring and transcends time, culture, and economic divides. We are driven to create nothing less than the best corn whiskey. Our passion for what we do is what puts the art in crafting a smooth and flavorful whiskey, one that we are proud to put our names on. So this guy's name is Wayne Kramer, and Kendall Sheets are the, I guess, the head distillers. So this is Bullshine Distillery. It's in Helvita, West Virginia. But this is bottled by Bullshine Distillery in Baltimore, Maryland. Like, there's a sticker on top of the label on the bottle, which says that it was distilled and bottled by Twin Valley Distilleries in Rockville, Maryland. So we'll just put that, we'll try to put the sticker back on top of. It's just, you know, it's just one of those, I won't say a wonky outfit, but I was like, oh, all right. There you go, Jimmy. It says it's 90 proof. And then it's weird. They don't put like 90. They wrote out the word 90. Yeah, you know. Anyway, it's got a weird aftertaste to it. All right, let's see here. KB said Grumpus has a turkey toast vid. I have not seen that one. I was busy the last week. Like, I have been slipping on YouTube watching. Jeff says standing rib roast for Thanksgiving this time. All right. T-Rock says we had seafood this year. Go on, T-Rock. Please do some more explaining. I had seafood too. My younger sister-in-law was supposed to have been coming down to our house, and my wife said, hey, she's doing more healthier things, so can we do like a salmon just in case she doesn't want turkey, or the porchetta. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. So yeah, I did that. Kirk said he did 18 turkeys, 4 briskets, 6 hams. Who eats ham for Turkey Day? 1 smoked salmon, smoked cranberry, cornbread, turkey neck, green, smoked sweet tater fluff, and death by diabetes. Diabetes. Yeah, so I talk about it in tomorrow's video, I do believe. I did, or was it in today's video? I like, they all run together because of the fact that I filmed them all on the same, like I filmed batches on the same day. So I try to film 5. I'm trying to aim to film 5 videos at a time. I want to film. I really would be good if I could film 7 videos at a time. But I don't know if I can do that. But I'm gonna be filming a bunch. So the whole thing is, once I put out videos and you guys start asking questions, I can start filming the videos and in batches, because I'm gonna be going away in the middle towards the end of the month. So I'm hoping to have everything done by the time I go away, for the entire month by the time I go away. All right, so I did 16 turkeys, 6 briskets, 3 racks of ribs, 2 legs of lamb, 40 chicken wings, and then of course, like I said, I smoked the salmon for us, the porchetta for us, and then I fried our turkey. But like, our turkey, it didn't turn out crispy. Like, the skin wasn't crisp because the fryer I have, I think it's just like it's ready to be replaced, because it wasn't getting hot enough. Grumpus says what KB said. Nice. Jimmy says bet it's a barley mix. I don't know what it is, man. Like I said, it smells right, but it just doesn't, like, it tastes different. T-Rock said, Kirk, I'll take an invite next year. No. So don't take an invite. What you do is you invite yourself. Just say I need the address. All right. Jeff said cooked ham and turkey for YouTube videos, so went different route with beef. Still made turkeys for the wife's family. Nice. Kirk said the smoker fills up quick, fast, and in a hurry. Man, don't you know? That's how I end up having to cook 2 times. Like I cook 2 rotations. I cooked all of the briskets. I cooked everything non-turkey Wednesday during the day. I started the smoker at, it was like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. By the time I got the briskets on, it was like right before 6, and I started cooking. Then I ended up having to go to Restaurant Depot, and so Victor was asking me about the pans, the turkey pans. I got the oval turkey pans from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree actually, and I purchased them. I bought some from the Restaurant Depot, but from the Restaurant Depot they were like $2.50 per pan. Per pan. Normally I spend 50 to 75 cents on those pans, and this year, ridiculous. I was like, I have to buy them, so I bought a case. A case of 50 cost me $112. So I got them for a little more than $2 a piece, right? By the time I bought the case. But then I was like, oh man, I was like fit to be tied. I went to the dollar store with my wife, and she says, hey, why don't you check in here for the oval pans? Sure enough, they had some, and I was like, great. So I bought 40 of them, $40, and it was funny because the dude that was scanning them, he had to scan each individual one, and he had to count. I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for him. I was like, can't you just do like a quantity? And he was like, no, we got to scan each individual thing. He's like, it's the thing here. So I ended up taking the pans that I got from Restaurant Depot back, and I ended up having to get an additional brisket. So I had 5 briskets, and I bought an additional one and cooked it. So yeah, 6 briskets. Terry says Outdoors with Jeff. I just subscribed. Nice. Kirk said it's cheating. At least do 12 a time. Crush that 12 pack. Nah, man. So Kirk, I don't drink usually, or I won't say usually, but I typically don't drink when I'm cooking any longer. I've been to the point where I've drank too much and had a problem. So Raul says we had turkey chili and cheese nachos with the leftovers. That sounds pretty awesome. Kirk says, hell yeah, sounds like a good gig, brother. Very nice. Nice. T-Rock is laughing. Kirk says, that's how I did briskets pulled for rest turkeys and sides. Have people pick up in waves and AM and PM. So technically 2 runs of turkeys. He said sugar run for every bit of 30 plus hours. Yeah, so my smoker ran basically almost for 24 hours straight. And I won't say straight, but I started the smoker at like 4:30, and I pulled the briskets. The briskets were done by I won't say the last brisket, because I had bigger briskets and I had smaller briskets, because I had some whole brisket orders, and then I had like just weight like 2-3 pounds, or I had a 2 pound, a 3 pound, a 4 pound, a 5 pound order. And actually I had 2 2-pound orders, a 3 pound, a 4 pound, and a 5 pound order, and then I had 3 whole brisket orders. So like I said, I ended up having to cook 6 of them, and it worked out. Like I had some brisket left over for us, so it really did work out. But one of these smaller briskets I put on a little later, so it took a little longer for it to finish. But that was just because it went on later, but it was smaller, so it kind of finished in about the right time. I'm trying to think. The briskets came off. It was probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And actually, it might have even been before then. I lose track of time when I'm cooking, but I was done. Like everything came off the smoker by like 5, 6 o'clock, and I let the fire die down to the point where I ended up cleaning out the smoker, cleaning out the ash and everything in the smoker, and then lit another fire, a second fire at about 8. Got it going, and then came aside, got the turkeys out of the brine, got them seasoned, and then I ended up putting the turkeys into the smoker at about 10. Like I started putting the turkeys in the smoker about 10, and the turkeys were done. All of them were done. Like the first one started coming off at about 2 in the morning, and the last one's finished up at about 4 in the morning. Like I was laying down. I went to took a nap at 4 o'clock in the morning, so they were all done by 4 o'clock. Jacob says sold turkeys and hams this year for the first time. Nice. Well, congratulations. Kurt says not cooking, doing those Q&A. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um, that's cheating. At least do a 12 pack, 12 at a time, man. No, man. After 6, I would start. Dude. Yeah, 5 is like the cutoff. Maybe 6. Um, Jacob says, "How's everyone doing tonight?" Yeah, how's everybody doing? How you doing? How your mom and them doing? Thanks, Jacob, for checking on everybody. Make sure everybody's okay. Um, T Rock says, "Hey, Jacob, we good. What about you?" Yes, indeed. John said, "I smoked on Eon, my Kamado Joe, before coming to see my wife's family. First time I brined a turkey. It was great, man. Yeah." I only did a whole everything. Kurt says, "Yeah, I tried to do that, but you gotta remember, like, whole everything is like everybody. Not everybody can afford whole everything, man. I charged $200 for a whole brisket, and not everybody can afford that, and not everybody has a big enough, I won't say audience, but not a big enough family for a whole brisket. So I did a couple smaller orders. Kirk said brisket crazy expensive, but they still buying it. Yeah. What cook chamber are you smoking your turkey at? I tried to keep it between 275 and 325. So an average of about 300 degrees is what I was cooking. T Rock said meat this year was crazy high. Sure enough. Sean, he says, "What up? What up? How you doing this evening, Sean?" Jermaine, what's going on, man? Jermaine said he did his jalapeno honey turkeys. That's what's up, man. That just sounds amazing. Jalapeno or honey. No, I'm sorry. Jalapeno honey turkeys. Dude, that sounds great. Jeff said, "Thanks, man. What wood did you use to smoke your turkeys with?" So the majority of what I am cooking with is oak. Like um the the pile of wood that I have is wood that I've gotten delivered. And I have a mix of, there's some locust in there, there's some cherry in there, but majority of it is white oak. I don't single out pieces of wood or anything like that. Like I know some people cook with, oh, I'm cooking with pecan, or pecan, um, I'm cooking with apple, or I'm cooking only with. I don't have that ability to single out a specific species of wood. I'm using a mix of what I was given or gifted. Then I had a tree service come and do some work in the driveway, and the guy who was the lead on the from the tree service, he's like, you need wood, and I'm like, yeah. So he brought me a dump trailer load of, it was a mix of cherry and locust, that I've kind of like been splitting, I won't say here and there. So Rose said the turkey on my pellet. He said it was delicious, nice. Did you open it up and lay it flat, or did you keep it whole? So that's one of the I won't say questions, but one of the things I get all the time is, why don't you, cut your turkeys up and open them up and flatten them out? And I'm like, because I'm going for presentation. The presentation looks much better when the turkeys are whole. Plus, they sit right in the pan when they're whole. Uh, so Victor says got things to do tomorrow, like cleaning some smokers tomorrow. So I'm off the bed. Well, thanks, Victor, very much for hanging out. Really appreciate you hanging out. You have a great evening, sir. Take great care. Raul says he cooked them whole. Yeah, it takes longer to cook the turkeys that way. Obviously, that's why people cut them open. But the presentation, in my opinion, is just that much better. So if you have not already, hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it or I'd greatly appreciate it if you could hit that thumbs up button for me. Kirk said, "Profits paying for shirts, koozies, tumblers, and coffee mugs. People buying me for merchandise now. Yee yee, nice. Bugging me for merchandise. Man, you know, let's talk about a first world problem, Kirk, man. So what I did was I used some of the proceeds to like purchase some things that I won't say treated myself, but I bought some, I won't say clothes, but you know the khakis I wear, the pants I wear. I love the Luth Trading Company pants. Yo, the pants are like I like the Fire Hose Flex pants. They are phenomenal. They're so they're like stretchy pants, but cargo stretchy pants. And I just like the couple pairs that I had. I just wore them out. So I bought myself a couple pairs of pants, and at $80 a pop. Yeah, $80 a pop. That I won't say ate into my profits pretty quickly. I bought some. Well, I bought the calendars that I'm going to send out. I bought some gloves. I ordered some gloves off of Harbor Freight. I have a little bit of profit left over. I'm trying to think. There's something else I did, like not a big purchase. I, I I used the profits from Thanksgiving to kind of do re-up stuff, like once a year buying some things that I won't say I wouldn't normally, but it's like, all right, well, oh, you know, one of the other things too that I do is because of the fact that I know I'm in the kitchen and like checked out for a couple days, I always treat my family to a nice dinner with the profits from my cook, because as a like as a thank you to them, because I know I can be a jerk in and around the kitchen like for Thanksgiving. So I always take them everybody out, I say everybody. I always take them out for a nice dinner. Raul says it took about 4.5, 5 hours. Started 200 and bumped up to 250. Nice. Jeff says treat yourself, bro. Yes, indeed. That's what I wear for work. They repel water. Win win. Yes, indeed, Kirk, man. I love these pants, dude. One of my friends put me onto them, and actually two of my friends were talking about them. I'm like, man, I'm not spending $80, $90 for a pair of pants. Like a pair of pants. Like, what the hell? And they went on sale. I bought my first couple pair at like $50, and I was like, all right, dude. From then on, I was hooked, hooked. I have a pair of overalls, the Fireflex overalls that I wear, and I use those when I'm cooking a lot. I have some of the fire hose pants, but not the flex. I have two pair of fleece lined fire hose pants. Again, got them on sale for like 50, $60, and I really like the fire hose flex, the ones that are like, dude, these are like yoga pants. I could do a straight, I could do a split in these pants if I could do a split. And they won't tear nothing. And I just wore them out. I wore them out. So the couple pairs I had. Grumpus says I completely sidestepped frying this year. Cooking oil costs more than the birds. Yeah. So the good thing is I have the turkey fryer I have. I I close it up and I keep the oil. So I just clean out the oil and I use the same oil. I only used it once. So last year, maybe twice. Jimmy said I'm out by steel with Thanksgiving money this year. Yeah, shoot. Um, Definitely agree there, Jimmy. Nothing like purchasing, steel, because I know what you're buying steel for. Kirk says my TikTok campground cooks seem to be a hit. Have a ton of people looking for merchandise. It's crazy people want to pay to advertise for me. It's brought a lot of seasoning people's attention as well. Nice. Kirk said the old lady mad got boxes of seasoning just showing up. Mm-hmm. Trust me when I tell you, Kirk. I know the feeling. Make sure you tell Jen I said what's up. Uh, yeah, I have. Speaking of seasoning, folks have sent me seasonings, and I have just not cooked anything extra. And so I talk about this all the time, where when I cook and I do videos, I'm cooking for customers. Like people pay me to cook, so I'm not cooking for us usually. And when I cook for us is when I do experimental stuff. And sometimes when I'm cooking for us, I don't do experimental stuff because my wife will get mad or the kids will be like, "This isn't how it normally is." So like the seasonings that folks send me just kind of sits on. I have a seasoning shelf, and it'll just be one of those things where I kind of get to like I'll work it in like slowly. So it's one of those things. It is what it is. So, but that's what's up, Kirk, man. Definitely. If folks are sending you seasonings to try, I won't say you know as well as I do, but I've had folks hit me up. Like this one guy hit me up a year or two ago, and he says, "Hey, I'd be interested in trying to become the seasoning that you use." And I said, "Listen, it's not for nothing. I've been cooking for a while already, and I have the seasonings like that I use for my customer cooks like set in stone. So not that I'm not gonna, I wouldn't love to try some of your seasonings, but I can't agree to use your seasonings for my customer cooks that I already have established." And he's like, "Okay, I understand that and I respect that." So every now and again he hits me up. It's just to say hey and check in. So, but I get it, Kirk. I definitely get it. All right, so what do you guys have planned for Christmas? I can tell you now, I'm not cooking a damn thing for Christmas. I'm going to be going away for Christmas this year, which is one of those things that I almost always do. Last year was the first year in 3, maybe 4 years that I cooked for Christmas. Usually, usually we go away for Christmas. We've gone away from getting our kids Christmas gifts like presents, and we take them on a trip. Like we do an experience. So just going back in time, last year we were home, of course. 2019, we went to Cancun, Mexico for a week. 2018, we did a cruise. 2017, we did a cruise. 2016, I think we also 2016 we were home. And it was one of those things where it was like, oh, every other year we started doing stuff. And so 2018 we did something. So 2017 we might have been home, and 2016 we did a cruise. Uh, Jimmy says if I cook, it'll be for me. He said if I cook, he is stuck. You know, you gotta let amnesia work, man. Jimmy, you gotta forget that hard work and everything that you had to do for Thanksgiving for other folks. People have been asking me, it's like, or asking me, Thanksgiving is definitely my busiest time of year. Definitely my busiest time of year. Rose said I will be practicing some new dishes, so I'm not selling food until January. Nice. First love, man. He said, yo, Dash, what's going on, man? Every time I look at um, oh my gosh, what is the name of that seasoning? But First Love sent me some seasoning, and I've been kind of hoarding it, just like using it sparingly because I don't have much of it. He sent one bottle, well, he sent a couple bottles, but I have like one bottle left, and I can't remember the name of the seasoning, but every time I see it, I think of you, and I'm appreciative that you sent me the seasoning. So just every time I see you and you comment, I always think of the seasoning. Kirk says, "Man, sure, smoke seasoning is taking off. He's got tons of profiles, so that's how what I do. The camper, do it the camper. All my camper neighbors in heaven use them as taste testers. Nice, dude. There's nothing wrong with using or having taste testers for sure. Comes in handy, man. That's when you like, all right, this works, this doesn't work. I know what. So then you know what to do and what not to do without testing it out on like paying customers. Cause man, mm, I tried something different one time with the seasoning, and this one guy he hit me back up, and he said, "Man, it was something different about the brisket this year." I'm like, "It was something different?" He's like, "Yeah." He was like, "It was something different," and he nailed it on the head with what he told me. Like I tried to use this thing as opposed to using this thing. I was like, ah, they're about the same, right? No, bruh, it was different. Um, Kirk said, I've earned the label as the barbecue guy. One post on the campground private page, and everybody comes a running. Man, there's nothing wrong with that, sir. Nothing at all. Actually, I want to get up with you because I need to come out there and pick up that 500-gallon propane tank. Definitely need to do it. It's just one of those things where I gotta find the time and ability to come out there and grab it from, not from you, but just come and pick it up. I have not forgotten about it. I've been thinking about it more and more. So it's just a matter of syncing up our schedules more or less. Jeremy says, "Hey brother, I'm back. I'm a backyard cook ready to start selling barbecue. You have helped me so much." He says, "Thank you." Well, thank you, Jeremy, man. You know what? Nothing like sometimes being the push, that motivation, that inspiration that sometimes you need, that boost of confidence. And I talked about this before. I told you guys I was in a Walmart and I was looking for some double-sided tape, and I saw this young couple, and they were standing in the aisle, and they were looking at ceiling fans, and it was young girl, young guy, and I kind of was eavesdropping or ear hustling, and the guy was talking about how he's not sure whether or not he can hang the ceiling fan, but they needed ceiling fans in their apartment or in their house or something, but he was like he was unsure of himself. He was kind of second guessing himself, and I heard the conversation, and I went and I found the double sided tape, and then I was looking for something else, and it just so happened to be in the aisle where they were, and they were still standing there talking about this him hanging the ceiling fans or changing the light fixtures. And I said to him, I said, "Hey man, I said, every now and again, there comes a time when we all need a bit of confidence. We need a little bit of that confidence boost, right?" I said, "I'm going to be that confidence boost for you today." I said, "Hanging the ceiling fan is easy." I said, "The hardest part of hanging a ceiling fan is the fact that your arms are above your head and you're working." I'm like, "Your arms are going to get tired, and you just kind of have to realize that you just got to take a break, right?" And I said I was talking to him. I said, "But you have help." And I looked at her. I said, "You have help, so that when you need to hand down tools or hand up tools while you're up on a ladder or on a stool or something like that." I said, "You have help." I said, "Usually me, I'm doing it by myself." I said, "But I also have changed almost every ceiling fan in my house, so I have a little bit more experience." I said, "So I'm going to be that confidence boost that you need today." I said, "Honestly enough, like I said, the hardest part is just keeping your hands above your head for such a long period of time." I said, "Now, when I change the ceiling fans, all I do is turn off the light switch." I said, "But this being your first time," I said, "you might want to turn off the breaker." But I said, "I'm past that point, man. I'm too lazy to go turn off the breaker." And they started laughing. They were cracking up. I said, "I just turned off the switch. And I mean, if you just don't touch the wires to the screwdriver and you'll be good." I'm like, "Ask me how I know." And they're again cracking up. And I'm standing in this aisle at Walmart, and they are like in stitches, and I'm like, "Dude, you'll be fine, man. You'll be fine." So sometimes, if I can be that confidence boost, man, we all need that pat on the back, that little bit of encouragement. And like I say all the time, if I can do it, you can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it, Jeremy. And definitely just get some extra money, man. Kirk said, "I run taste tests, gets me a lot of gigs around the campground. Now to prices are high. Now, I guess now to prices are higher, and they're stoked they can come down and order food for the weekend camping." Yeah, he says cash cow. Yep. Kirk said, "I got a 25 person, I guess gig for. I got $25 a person for a 12-head family gathering. An owner throws a barbecue for July 4th, wants to talk numbers for me to start doing it instead of who he's been using for the past 10 years. Nice. FCB, what's going on?" He says, "Hey there, Dash and Chat. Long time no see." Yes, indeed, man. It's been a moment, but we welcome you back just with open arms. We don't say no to anybody. You are you're an OG, so what's up with you? D Dub says, "Yo, Dash, I'm joining late, but hello from D Dub's backyard barbecue in SoCal." He says, "Chula Vista, California." Um, how you doing, man? Shoot, it's late here. It's 10 o'clock. I mean, it's only 7 o'clock out there, man. You just like you probably haven't even started dinner yet. I'm about to eat some hot chips for dinner. It's been one of those been one of those weeks, man, where my dinner about to be some hot chips. I don't say I hate, but I don't like eating when I'm talking to you guys. So we're gonna have some hot chips later. I might actually run out and go get something. So I am. I feel like I'm done with leftovers. Jeremy says, "Thank you. I'm going to get this money. Yes, sir. Do not. Don't let the paper, or definitely. Don't let it stand in your way. Um, get money. Get money. Jeevan says, FCB. Hello, hello. B Cosmos says, thumbs up, y'all. So if you have not already hit that thumbs up button, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. It really does help me feel better about doing these videos, and it helps these videos, and it helps my channel, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So if you have not already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. Again, I'd appreciate it. Kirk says, if that pulls through, you and the family packing up and coming, man. He said, I need help. There's 1,200 sites out there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I might be down to come down and help out. So Kirk, it's one of those things, man. I seem to be getting called to help out others in times of, I'm gonna say need, but in times of big cooks. So I went 2 weeks ago, and I went down to North Carolina and helped somebody out. You guys saw and met Al from the Eat More Vegan Carnivore Barbecue channel. So Eat More Vegans. I went down there and helped Al out, and we cooked 3 briskets on 3 different cookers, and that's all I'm gonna say about that for right now. We're gonna talk about the rest of that later in the month. Jimmy says, "Is it me or is everyone sort of worn down tonight? Not just you, Dash. Nah, man. Shoot, Thanksgiving beats all of us out. But you know what? And the other things too, Jimmy. It's winter. It's winter, man. It's cold, and it's just that time of year where the days are shorter and the nights are longer, and just it's just that, like, getting hunkered down into winter mode, man. I feel like, because I know I'm gonna say I'm beat. Yeah. SCB, hey there. He said, I had a bit happening over the past few months. He said, a new baby. What? I guess he sold. What did you sell? Sell a house, or did you buy a house, or what did you sell? Sold a house, bought a house, baby in the NICU. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear the baby's in the NICU. Hopefully everything is good, man. Jeez. Hopefully everything is turning around for you. I have a family friend. Oh my gosh, they had their third daughter was in the NICU for almost a year. The baby spent her first year in the NICU, and I mean, like, not only was it like trying that the baby was in the NICU, the baby was in the NICU during COVID, dude. Like, oh my gosh, man. I could not imagine. And it's one of those things where friends of the family, and actually the husband is a Patreon supporter, so I definitely try to help him out when I can. Actually, I gotta cook some pork shoulder for him. He hit me up the week before Thanksgiving to try to cook something for him, and I just didn't have the bandwidth to be able to cook it. So I might be able to do something for him this weekend. I'm hoping at least I can. Barrio says, "What's up? What's Amigo Dash?" I guess it's "What's up, Amigo Dash, man? How you doing this evening?" Kirk says, "No, hunker in, brother. 3 more weeks, and they start getting longer again. 'Tis prep time for an explosive season." Yeah, I guess you're right. SCB said, "Little dude was in the NICU with a really bad case of RSV the week we had both closings." Man, what is RSV? Maybe some sort of respiratory, something. I'm just guessing. D-Dub said, "I'm definitely beat. Smoked 4 briskets, 4 hams, a turkey, and a chicken, all on my Oklahoma Joe and Dynaglow." Well, damn, son. Get it done. Get it done. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, it's one of those things where you cook on what you have to cook on. Come on, phone, focus. Why are you out of focus? Like, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, Obario said, "Wow, I seen your video on your deliveries this past Thanksgiving. Dog, it was a time. It was a day. I so Wednesday morning, I got up at 4:15, 4:30, went outside, started the cooker. Why are you not focusing? Come on, focus on me. Um, Went out, started the smoker, was up like I said 4:30, and then I cooked all night long. I cooked all day and then all night. So I was up for almost 24 hours. At the point where I finished cooking the turkeys at 4 o'clock in the morning, I took a 3 hour nap. I got up at 7 o'clock and then went out and did deliveries. I left my house at 8:30 in the morning. I got back home at 3 p.m. and it was 6 hours drive time. Come on, what is going on with the? Is it me? No, it's just a little blurry. Come on, phone. What are you doing? All right, there's focus. Now let's see. Can you focus? Focus on me. Yeah, man. So I had a long day, and like I said, I came home and I had a bowl of cereal, some Honey Nut Cheerios, sat on the couch, and was out like a light. I took a 3 hour nap. I never take naps during the day. Um, I was tired. I was tired. Um, but I mean, it was good. It was real good. I got everything done, delivered everything on time. I only had one delivery that I was behind schedule on, and uh, so the girl I was delivering to, I meet her at a Krispy Kreme, and she's always late. So I told her I would be there at like quarter to 12, knowing I wouldn't be there until closer to noon, and she beat me there. Like she beat me there. This first time in 3 or 4 years I have not had to wait on her. One of the other things too, usually I make that Krispy Kreme a pickup spot for a couple of people who are in Southern Maryland, and like from where that Krispy Kreme is, they can be driving an hour north to meet me. And like if I had to actually deliver food to those people who live in Southern Maryland, it would tack on an additional hour or two to my deliveries. So I kind of made the executive decision to say, listen, can you meet me here? This is about halfway between my house and where you guys live. And it helps a lot. There have been times where, like, there was a time when I was out delivering for like 8 hours because of the vast difference between where people lived and where I was delivering. Mm. But usually I have 2 or 3 people picking up at this particular Krispy Kreme, and this year it was just the one girl who picked up at the Krispy Kreme, and like I said, she beat me, which is a first. She's never done that before. So next year I might have to like give her or tell her a time a little closer to when she, to her actual delivery time. But everybody else, I was ahead of schedule for the most part. Um, so yeah, there's that. So, but I guess So what do you guys have planned for Christmas? I know Kirk said he's got big plans for Christmas. Let's just say you made some good money just on deliveries. Plus, the cook ain't nothing wrong. Yeah, it definitely made some money. It's one of those things though. I always wish I made more. Like I could always charge more. I feel like, or could possibly charge more. Come on, camera focus. What are you doing to me? You're messing up here. Anyway, so the amount of profit that I could have made could have been higher. But I don't want to gouge people just because. So like I didn't raise the prices on my turkeys. I only charged $65 a turkey this year, plus delivery. So on average I did like $75 per turkey with delivery, which I mean it wasn't too bad, but I know I could have charged more. And it's funny because I was telling somebody, I was like, yeah, you know, turkeys. He's like, how much you charge for turkey? I'm like, that's $65 plus delivery. He's like, you should be charging more than that. I'm like, I should. So next year, quite possibly, I will be. But like I said, I'm not in the business of like straight gouging folks. So, uh, uh, Fishy Isaac, what's going on? He says, hey yo. Kirk said, that's a big thing here, meeting for food pickup. When I do platters, people I don't know personally, meet them at the Kmart parking lot. Um, at 4, I'm parked next to a crab lady doing the same thing. He said it works good. Oh man. Grumpus said trying to convince the wife a Christmas goose would be a good idea. I keep getting the side eye. Well, look here. I'll give you a side eye too. So she's not the only one. A Christmas goose, man, your goose is cooked. Kirk said I did 75 a bird. The comp around comparable around here, we charge upwards of 120 a bird. Jesus Christ. Mm. I'm attempting to build a 250-gallon smoker. I repeat, attempting. Well, Rich. Hey, Rich, I think you commented and asked a pretty good question that I answered. So just keep an eye out for your video response. Kent said, Grumpus, just tell her it's chicken. Yeah, just tell her it's chicken. But you know what? See, Kent, I think Grumpus's wife probably knows better. Grumpus has been around the block a time or two, and she's like, nah, bro. Can I just get like, can we do something basic? T-Rock said, I want to do some lamb chops for Christmas. Nice. So I don't smoke lamb chops, but like grilling lamb chops, I will do that. I'll smoke a leg of lamb. And actually, I have a boneless leg of lamb I need to cook. So probably tomorrow I will be cooking a boneless leg of lamb for my family. T-Rock says I want to do some, sorry, I read that one already. Fish Isaac says brisket and Cornish game hens for Christmas spread. Nice. Nice. Kirk says, damn, I can't type tonight. Kirk, I've known you and seen you in the comments for a long time. You can't type period, dog. Just it's not just tonight. It's not just tonight. Kent, this is Rich. You have questions? He said, reach out. Yeah, man. Kent is he's offering you help. If you have questions, man, let him know. Jimmy said I a little better. Jimmy said I did a little better, but delivered free. All were in a 10-mile radius. Man, shoot, I wish. But see, Jimmy, here's the thing, right? And this is one of those plus and minuses. So the first year I was doing barbecue, I charged nothing for delivery. Nothing. Even when I sold half a rack of ribs, I charged nothing for delivery. And the whole point of me charging nothing for delivery was to get my name out there, to get the clientele, to get the customers, to get the, to get the support, to get the people, I want to say fired up, but to get the people wanting the product. So I delivered for free. After that first year was up, I'm like, listen, depending on where you live, there's a delivery fee. And I have not backed down. The people who do not want to pay for delivery are the people who you do not want to be cooking for. So did I have some pushback? Yes. Did I have people that were like, I'm not paying? Like I've talked about it before. This girl wanted a half a pound of pork, and it was going to cost her $6 at the time. Pork was $12 a pound, so it was going to cost her $6 for the pork, and then it was going to cost her another $6 to have it delivered, or $7 to have it delivered. She was like, I'm not paying more for delivery than I am for the pork. I'm like, well, you're only ordering a half a pound of pork, and I have to charge you delivery. I'm like, I can't just be driving all the way across town for nothing, basically. And I'm like, it's not personal, but like my time is worth something. And in the long run, she ended up ordering it, but she was just like balked on the price. And I mean, she ended up getting some dude to pay for it anyway. So what is you worried about? FCB says, how are things on the island? Oh, Steven. Yeah, how are things on the island? Grumpus says she's got old Grumpus's number. Yeah, she does. Kent says every time I see Dash rub his eyes, I wait for him to tell me to read between the lines. Kent, man, um, you know, I've been thinking about what I'm gonna put on your envelope. I'm gonna send you a calendar and another sticker or two. So I've been thinking about what to put on your envelope. So it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. I feel like we have this relationship. But you know what, Kent? You've been good tonight, and you were good to me. You sent me some stickers, man. I asked you very nicely to send me some replacement stickers for my half-gallon container, and you were like, "Oh, sure, I got you." So I'm not gonna tell you to read between the lines yet, but it's still early. Kirk said, "Oh wait, let's see." Barrio says, we always do a rib roast. HEB usually puts it on sale for about $4.97 a pound for select, and it still comes out juicy, dude. I highly doubt that HEB is gonna have it on sale for $5 a pound. Highly doubt that rib roast is going on sale for $5 a pound. If anything, it's gonna be maybe 6.50 a pound. Just just guessing. You're gonna have to report back. But yo, y'all down in Texas have been getting some deals. I talked to Marcus earlier, and I was saying to him, I said, man, I got choice briskets at Costco for $5 a pound, and that was a steal. Choice briskets, or excuse me, prime briskets at Costco for $5 a pound. He was like, what? $5 a pound for choice for prime? He's like, I paid $4.07. I'm like, for prime? Yeah. And I'm thinking, here I am. I'm thinking I'm doing something, and he just like pooped on my parade. Kirk said I have inquiries for Christmas prime rib, but those prices though, can't argue with you. You got me. Yeah, Kirk, dude. I mean, it's one of those things, man. Shoot, Kirk, Kirk can't type. Kirk can't talk. Kirk can drink, and he cooks okay. FCB says I'm thinking standing rib roast or brisket for Christmas. Everybody does. Everybody does rib roast for Christmas. Lots of people do rib roast, and it's one of those things where I feel like people are getting away from turkeys, man. I had a couple people actually. I had a doctor's appointment, and the nurse practitioner, I guess she was. I was talking to her. She she saw, like, whenever I go out, I'm always wearing something that says Steel Drum Smokers Barbecue. So she asked me about it on one of my last visits, and come to find out, her husband does some barbecue, and she's like, I'm just not a fan. She's just like, I'm not a fan. I'm like, well, is it what your husband is cooking, or are you just not a fan of like the barbecue? Like, what is it? And she's like, it's a combination of different things. So I asked her how her Thanksgiving was, and she said, "Oh, she's like, we did a non-traditional, and everybody always wants to. We did a non-traditional Thanksgiving. We had no turkey." And I'm like, you know, that's your tradition. If your tradition is no turkey, then that's your tradition. Like, you don't have to label it non-traditional. So we got to talking, and she said that they do a rib roast, and like she was telling me some other things that they cook, but the rib roast is always one of the things. And like I tell you, Ricer makes a mean rib roast. That dude, man, I would go and be a fly on the wall and just stand off in the corner. And once that rib roast is done, you'll hook me up. I'm with it. Uh, yeah, Rich. So that's Kent, Daddy Dutch Barbecue. His name is Kent. He's a bit of a he can be a Chad sometimes, but his name is Kent. Um, Steven says it's been raining here on the island a couple days. The weather's been cool. Totally glad. I wish I could get some snow. No, you don't. Shut up, Kent. he's, he's laughing at me, yawning. Grumpus said 4.95 a pound. He said I'll be in line at 3 a.m. Shoot, me too. Kirk said it's 14.99 a pound right now. We need them sales. Sure enough. Man, come on. Somebody do me a solid and get that guy out of the comments there. Joey, what's going on? Joey says, Dash, how did I not see you were live? Good thing you talked for several hours on end. I don't know if that's a compliment or a dig, Joey, because, you know, like, I don't know about you sometimes, man. He said, Grumpus, what up, homie? Yes, indeed. Joey comes in and Joey's like, you know, he knows everybody. Kent says, all right, Dash, gotta go. Joey is here, and that damn restraining order he has me on. Oh man, you know it's like there's only one butthole is allowed in the on the live stream at a time. So Kent's checking out, Joey's checking in. He tagged him in. Well, good stick, you know, tag team or relay team, good stick, good stick. Gabriel says Ricer is a cool cat. Yes indeed, man. Ricer, man, I love talking to that dude. Ricer hits me up and we have conversations. Like I talked to Ricer last week for man, I talked to Ricer. It might not have been last week. It might have been Friday before last. I talked to Ricer about an hour and a half, and it was one of those things where I picked up the phone, and you know he calls me every now and again when he notices something in the video or he's got something to say or he's like, not a critique. You know, Ricer offers, um, excuse me, constructive criticism. Unlike Kent, you know, that guy, but Ricer and I talked for a good hour and a half, maybe almost 2 hours, and he's definitely a good dude. Like I appreciate Ricer. He looks out and he has an eye, if you will. So you know he's like, hey man, I noticed this or I saw that, and we'll talk about it. Joey says we are like the 4x1 relay team, but not fast at all. Yo, I already know. Like I said, good stick, man, good stick. Kent has a glass eye. Does he? I wouldn't put it past him. But shoot, Kent's glass eye is probably like this big. Kent's a big dude, apparently. Kent's like 6'6". Look, I feel like I'm a pretty big dude in stature. I'm 6 foot tall, 350 pounds, and Kent's got me beat. When I met CJ, I'm like, dude, I didn't think he was as big as you are. CJ is like 6'3", 6'4". He's at least 6'2", 6'3". And I'm like, damn, I'm looking like a little dude next to these mofos. Kent's like 3 meters tall. Who the hell speaks meters, man? So it's funny. I'll tell you guys, I have a part-time job working at a pew pew range on Sundays, and the carriers go out. You can set them to feet, meters, or yards, and it's so funny. Like I can see people who were not born in the States. They put stuff out to meters. Like I had a group who was from Mexico, and they're like, oh, you know, we're putting it out at X number of meters, and I'm like, meters? Like I don't speak meters, and then guy cracked up. And then people talk about yards. Oh, I'm putting it out X number of yards. And I'm like, yards? I don't speak yards, man. I'm like, tell me the number of feet. So our range is 75 feet. It's 75 feet or 25 yards. And I can't remember what the conversion is in meters. But like every now and again, people will come in and want to put the carrier out in meters or the targets out in meters. And I'm like, good luck with that. I'm like, oh, how many meters? And then I do the conversion. Like I touch the screen so it changes the number. Come on, something's going on here. I'm hoping that I'm not frozen. My video was frozen. Let's see if it was just my laptop and it's not my phone. Rick says hello. What's going on, Rick? How you doing this evening? Hopefully all is well with you and yours, and your Thanksgiving was good. Jimmy says, Rick. Huh? Golly, I'm trying. Like, I'm trying to down this. No need to apologize, Rick, man. He says, I've been editing. Dude, I know how the editing game is. I have been editing too. So I won't say I stepped up my game, but I have I won't say my normal camera, and I have 2 additional cameras I acquired as of late. And I'm trying to do something a little bit different with the filming and the style of filming. Yep, but a much lower voice. Hello, hello, hello. um, I am trying to do something a little different with the editing or with the filming. So I have a couple additional cameras set up, but I used my main camera as the, okay, I know this one works, I know this one works out. And then I used the other 2 cameras that I have to try and do like different angles and things like that. And the one that I used for the main or the A camera, of course, I had it set to manual focus and it was out of focus. So back to the drawing board. So for the next time, for the next batch of videos, I'm hoping that I can do the multi-camera setup and I'll be able to, oh crap, now that I think about it, I don't know if I turned off the microphone. Yeah. Rick said, and I ran out of beer, had to go to the store, got home, and my CFO said, we're out of coffee, so back to the store. I need my coffee in the morning like I need my beer at night. Shh, say less, man. I completely understand. It is a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle that we put ourselves through. You know, you need your stimulant in the morning, you need your downer at night. I completely get it. Completely get it. Definitely. Oh man, I am pretty beat though. I only got 2 hours sleep last night. That's why I look like I'm hungover. So I was on the phone talking to one of my favorite cousins. He hit me up randomly. He's like, "Man, I was thinking about you," so I decided to call. I'm like, "Bro, it's 11:30. I'm about to go to bed." I'm like, "You done woke me up." And we got to talking, and come to find out he's a 2A advocate. He's a friend of the Pew Pews, and we were talking, man. We talked about Pew Pews, we talked about barbecue, we talked about financial stuff, and we just had a good conversation. It was one of those, man. Like I caught up with my cousin, and I won't say I have to shoot thinking about it. I can't remember the last time I saw my cousin. Unfortunately, it's one of those deals where I see my cousin because he lives outside of Atlanta. He lives in Georgia, and he like I see him for big events because it's kind of far away. So you don't look hungover. You look stoned. Cause you know what? I'm dead tired. I only got 2 hours sleep last night, and woo, buddy, I took an hour and a half nap this afternoon or this evening, and it helped because I'm not falling asleep right now, but I am tired. So I'm gonna be ending this shortly. Grilling and chilling with Mojo. Hey, he said, SDSBBQ, sir. What's going on, man? You know what would be great, Kirk says. Go great for coffee and beer. One of those short Billy tumblers. Come in. Come in. He said, my bad, had to reach for the plug. No problem, Kirk. Um, so I know where it is, and I have plans to pull it out for a video because I saw you in the comments asking about it. I'm like, I got you. I got you. Joey says, someone say stoned? Right on cue. Right on cue. Oh, man. You guys are the best. So, look, I'm going to go ahead and get some rest because I am beat. I want to take a moment and say thank you guys so very much for your support. Oh, you know what? Well, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys the video that's going to be going live tomorrow. And you got, let's go to content. Uploads. We got number 2. Boom. Boom, boom, pow. All right. So let's post that for you guys. I know, you know how I do. Just a way to say thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out on the live stream. I always try to give you guys the video that's going to be going live tomorrow. Uh, let's see. Yes. So there's the video for tomorrow. That is the second episode, Ask Dash number 2. Won't spoil it with telling you what it's about. You guys are going to have to check it out. You guys who are here can check it out earlier than everyone else. Kirk says, have a great evening. You always, y'all, well, see, Kirk can't type and I can't talk. So Kirk says, have a great evening, y'all. Always a pleasure, Dash. Yes, indeed, sir. Always a pleasure. It's one of those things, man, where I'm glad that we were able to connect and like I know you. So Kent is one of those people, and I mess with Kent all the time, but you know, I haven't met Kent, though I rag on Kent like we have met in person. Joey too, you know, but Joey, he's such a kind soul that Joey can't do wrong in my mind, in my eyes. Hooks, Rubs, and Spices says, what up, Dash, in the chat? Hope y'all doing well, man. You are coming in when I'm fading. I'm headed out. Kirk says, is that lamb seasoning? It's that lamb seasoning, finally. I don't know, man. Kirk, you've been asking me about that lamb seasoning for such a long time. I might just have to, I mean, you know, it might be you who's reading between the lines this year. But I might tell you, like when hell freezes over. uh, Joey says, I'm a nice guy trapped in an a-hole's body. I resemble that remark, Joey. I resemble that remark. I'm such a nice guy on, you know, on YouTube, but in person, ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. KB says, see y'all next time. Cheers. Yes, indeed. Hey, Steven says, have a great week, y'all, and upcoming weekend. Stay cool. Oops, I mean warm. Steven's so funny. Don't drown, Steven. Like, you know, get your galoshes, your big old boots on, because you said it was raining down there. Kirk said he's not gonna stop until he gets it. Yeah, well, we'll see. Rick, I'm not even gonna read that aloud. We're just gonna let folks read the comment themselves. Hook said, sorry, just got time to get away from the fam and do some work and hop on for a few. We'll check out the new video. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And don't apologize for getting here tardy. I know that everyone else, or everyone, has other things going on, and you know, I'm no exception. So it is what it is. D-Dub says, night all. Good night, guys. Thank you so very much again, as always, for hanging out. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up for me on the way out. I'd greatly appreciate it. Look, guys, here, I'll post the video for tomorrow one more again, so you guys can watch it tonight and comment tonight. I will be the bearer of bad news. You will not be the first. There was someone else who commented on it first, so sorry, but you can still go ahead and comment and ask a question in that video. Jimmy says, guys, everyone have a great rest of the week. See you, Dash. Yes, sir. Thank you so very much, guys, for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Grumpus says, good night, all. Yeah, it was a great show. Thank you. No, thank you guys. You guys are why I do this every week. I wish there were more folks that were here and participating, but, you know, I understand everybody's got stuff to do. Joey, thank you, sir. He says, later, everyone. Rock it. Rock it. I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe Joey's medicine is kicking in. Anyway, thank you guys as always again. I am gone.